streets of Hollywood. Right now they're empty, but within a few hours, these same streets will be filled with thousands of caring people, young and old, walking on behalf of AIDS Project Los Angeles. We've all heard something about AIDS, but what do we really know about it? Well, today, so that we can learn more about this disease, some very special kids are going to share their stories with us. And by the time we're done, I think you may find yourself wanting to come out here and fill these empty streets yourself. Hollywood Methodist Church. Even though it's not on the path of the AIDS Walk, it is the starting point for today's show. Between this place and a little school in the valley, we have the basis for a story about two different groups of kids who care about the AIDS issue.
The quilt's amazing. You don't know how many people die of AIDS in so short of a time, and it's really sad though, but it makes me happy that a lot of people think about them and that, you know, people do care about people with AIDS. Our friend who used to go to the church, he was a good friend of ours. He was, and his name was Danny, and everyone knew him, all the kids knew him. He was really nice, and so I decided, I had this idea after he passed away that I should call everyone who knew him and we should all get together to make this quilt.
Does that look about right?
Yeah.
Well, we start with a piece of cloth that's like long, that you can cut the person's name out with felt, and you can put pictures on it. You can make it look like the ocean, things like that, and it just represents the person and that they died of AIDS.
To me, AIDS is a deadly disease which really shouldn't be here.
I first heard about AIDS as being a disease that you can die from, that you get from unprotected sex with someone else who has AIDS.
I feel bad for everybody that has AIDS because there's some people think that you go up to a person and if they have AIDS, you're gonna get it just if you touch them, and that's not true.
Okay.
When I was at the walk last year, when I finished it, I felt very accomplished. I felt like I had done something good with my day, that I had made a difference.
Well, at Oakwood, with AIDS, everyone's really, thinks it's important. I don't know, it's just made very, open and made very public at school.
In the beginning of the year, before school starts, we send out flyers where you can sign up and send it back to the school saying you want to participate in the walk. Then orientation, we're also going to be there handing out flyers and stuff about doing the walk and telling them about it. Then when school starts, we'll probably go around to grade meetings with each grade, telling them what the walk's like, and if they need rides, the juniors and seniors will help the younger kids get rides and drive them there.
Everyone is there for a cause.
Usually we have one lunch week where we decorate pinwheels that we carry during the walk to help recognize other team members, and that's just kind of getting the school into the spirit of things.
Last year, the energy was great. People were really, it's all your friends, and there's food. Everyone's really happy and excited. You're out in the sun. It's a lot of fun. Everybody was really energetic about it.
And there were 20,000 people walking. The Oakwood group had 50, so we hope to see a great turnout.
We get everyone from 7th grade to 12th grade, and a lot of times friends come, but you meet a lot of people there who you've just passed by in the hallways and don't really speak to. Just because I think everyone in Oakwood especially is aware of it in some aspect, so people are there for different reasons.
They have ice cream at the end sometimes. They have oranges and water along the way. Even you won't get too tired.
We have one very dedicated faculty member, Mickey Morgan, who really feels a responsibility to get kids involved.
They give you a lot of money for doing it. Oakwood raised, I think, something like $10,000 last year.
As you grow up, you need to have part of your life given over to doing good things for other people. And this is a very easy thing to do. It's a matter of a few hours one Sunday morning, and these sorts of things really make a good deal of difference for people.
It's kind of like a call back to reality, because I really don't know that many people actually with the AIDS virus. Personally, I have no one that's in close contact with HIV. So you kind of start to think that you're immune to it.
AIDS is really something that up until the past couple of years I felt like couldn't touch me. Being my age and from my neighborhood, and as more of your friends become sexually active and you realize that even those that were so adamant about being sure they were going to wear condoms all the time and not sleeping around sort of do, you become aware of how close AIDS really is to you.
People are really appreciative of, what, we did as a school.
As kids, we don't necessarily have very much money to give, but time and effort, I think, is a much more valuable contribution.
So remember, if you want to show that you care about AIDS, this week there's at least 2 things you can do. Come out and join the AIDS Walk today, or go and visit the AIDS quilt at the Rose Bowl later this week. Now let's take a break.